friends. Ruben Obed here, transmitting live from GB Music Group Studios in Dorado, Puerto Rico. I welcome you to the Ruben Obed Show once again. Um, if you guys see me that my eyes are a little small and I'm a little slower paced, it's because I'm going through a really bad migraine, headache, and it started last night, and I went to the hospital because it was just unbearable this morning, and they gave me some medication, and it has alleviated a little bit, but I still feel like crap. But anyways, but I'm alive and I'm kicking, and let's get to this. So basically this episode, I call this episode the ugly fan. Okay. As many know, here in Puerto Rico we went through a hurricane, a category 5 hurricane, and there were things that I went through here which were lessons that I don't ever want to go through again in my life. And you got to take advantage of those negative things, and you know uh basically evolve and grow from them. And one of the things that was horrible during the hurricane was the heat. I remember there was no way to power a fan, and I would look for pieces of cardboard and I'd be fanning myself. I mean, I got so good. Sometimes I'd be fanning myself with a fan with my arm for like good 45 minutes. I wasn't even getting tired, but it's very cumbersome, and then eventually the cardboard like kind of gets all weak and stuff. And I would remember I would say to myself, God, I would give anything for a nice little fan, right? So now that the power has come back and now that everything is kind of stabilized, I still have the thought of how could I have resolved that issue? Okay, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh well, they sell battery powered fans and whatnot, but that's not good enough. The truth is, if you ever see those battery powered fans, they either take too much batteries, or the winglets on the fan itself are like made out of plastic. Basically, just to make it simple, you're not gonna get a lot of air from it. So, what did I do? I created something called the ugly fan. The ugly fan is this. All right, this thing right here. This is ugly. This is like a box that is used to put like letters on it, like in front of your house, like with your address on it. It's just empty, an empty box. It has a light on it, but it doesn't work. So I had this thing laying around, and I took a motor. This motor is from an old um, nail file thing that women used to do nails. I had that laying around, a little DC motor, and I got a propeller from one of my drones, and I cut it up a little shorter, and I got a propeller. Now, the funny thing is this: these propellers, the way they're designed, is that when you have a drone, see if it's a drone, the air is going to push down. So, in this case, if I were to use this ugly fan, I can't have the propeller facing me because the air would be throwing it backwards. So, I actually have to have the fan backwards so it'll throw air at me. Okay? So what I did is I soldered on a USB cable to it, very simple. And I tied it on with some zip ties and some electrical tape, okay? Now, you might say, well, Ruben, it's a horrible looking fan, okay? But the thing with this is I have a small panel on my roof. So what I do is I have that solar panel. I threw a cable all the way down to the studio, and here's the USB port. Okay, so if I am hot and I plug this thing into here, solar powered, I get this fan. You hear that? All right. I'm gonna see how can I show you. Well, look at how much air is coming out of this. A lot of air is coming out of this thing. You know, right now this is running on solar power. This has no batteries. This is not connected to the outlet. This from the sun. So if I would have had this during the storm, It would have been incredible because this thing, most of the day when it was really, really hot, I would have had a steady fan blowing air into me for free. No batteries, no having to plug it in, no generator needed. So that's built the creation of the ugly fan. Okay. Now, since I know how people are, and I know how a lot of people say, okay, he's probably lying. He probably has that plugged into his, like a wall socket. Okay. So what I'm gonna do to prove that and to, get rid of that doubt, as you can see here, I have a power bank. Here's my fan. All right. Here's the ugly fan. Here's the cable. Okay. Look, observe. I have the cable right there. Look. All right. I'm not putting it down. Look right there. All right. Okay. Here's the cable. And I'm plugging it into the power bank. Look, power bank. And we're off. It's running off of a power bank. Same amount of air. All right. As you can see. All right. This, like I said, it looks ugly, but during a hurricane, you won't care if it's ugly. You care about it working, and this works. The reason why this works so well is because of various reasons. Me personally, I'm a drone pilot. I fly drones. I use them for music videos and whatnot. And I've noticed that every time I take this thing out to flight, the amount of air that comes out from the bottom of this drone is incredibly strong. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to try to use that same propeller, type of propeller, for a fan, because I mean the amount of air that is pushing is superior to the amount of air that's coming out of a regular fan. So I designed this, with that in mind. So it's a DC motor with a USB cable attached. I could plug this into the wall too, like where you charge your phone, one of them little bricks. I could do that. But so right now I have this thing, a powerful DC, ugly DC fan. I'll give you a look at what it looks like. You know, give you a little close up. There's the motor. I got two zip ties. I got some black electrical tape. I got a piece of rubber attached to this. This is actually an old cell phone case, and I put that there because of the rubber. It absorbs the vibration, so it won't sound that loud. And basically, this is it. This is what I call the ugly fan, the ugly USB fan. And guys, there's been an accident outside. Let me go check that. I'll go right back. I heard a big bang. I'll be back. In fact, stay on there. Stay on there. Hold on. Guys, there's an accident. I'm gonna record it. I'll be back and I'll upload it. Bye.